Hi guys, Kat here, the Nerdy Crafter. Just wishing you a happy 2017. I'm glad we all made it in, hopefully one piece. So, I'm still kind of working on this on the YouTube page a little bit, so it should be up soon, hopefully. And when that happens, videos should be up at least twice a week, maybe more. It depends on the week and the situation and the kind of videos / content I decide to put out. But to get started, I've seen a lot of people doing through Facebook and Twitter and even on YouTube a little bit, where people are like, oh, these are my goals for this year, because, resolutions are one thing, but I feel like goals are probably a better way to go about it, because of the fact that, we should set goals and not just resolutions that get broken in 2 weeks. So some of the goals for me for 2017 would be to try and travel a little bit more, because I haven't been a whole lot of places, and I'd love to leave the country again and go somewhere exotic or just, somewhere new. I also want to get this channel up and running, of course, so I can get you guys enough content. And I'm still kind of working on some ideas how I'm going to go, but at first I'm going to start with some basic bracelet tutorials, and then maybe I'll do some crafting some more crafting videos and that sort of thing. So hopefully I can get that out to you guys soon. What else? I also want to try and just make myself a lot less stressed out, a lot less anxious about things. Like this last year, I got really stressed out about things that I shouldn't have been getting stressed out about. I got very anxious about things, and I just keep seeing some quotes and things online where it's they're all really positive and they're encouraging me, because I've never been, I guess, what you could consider depressed, but I've had some feelings where I'm just I'm not good at this. I need to just get myself out of that funk and, make myself feel like I can do anything that I set my mind to, like I did maybe 5 or so years ago, where I'm I've got the world in my hand and I can conquer it. And I think that's about it, but if I come up with any more, I'll be sure to post it in videos and whatnot. But basically just to be happy, less stressed, travel some more, bring out good content for you guys, even though I'm not the best with editing, so bear with me until I start getting a little bit better at that. And I've also seen this go around. I'm going to post the original, or the videos that I saw it from in the skirt area, the downstairs area, as in the description. And it's called the Disney tag. I got it from Traci Hines originally, but she got it from somebody else, and I just like the questions that they asked in it, so I'm just going to do that real quick and try and keep this video as short as possible. And as you can tell, I'm wearing my Disney alumni shirt, if you're wondering what that is. So the first question was, a scene in any Disney movie you wish you could experience? Oh, it's hard because there's so many, because there's because I really like Brave, and I want to do the horseback riding archery thing, but since Beauty and the Beast is my absolute favorite, I think the one that I would want to be is the ballroom scene with Dancing with My Prince, that kind of thing, because I just love Beauty and the Beast. But a close second would be Merida riding on the horse, just shooting her bow and arrow at targets and things, because that's really awesome as well. An unforgettable experience moment I had at a park. Since I worked at Disney World for the Disney College program, I had never been there until I went to the college program, so it was a really big experience. And when I went down there, I had a few days to spare, so I hung out with a friend who worked there, and he would not let me allowed in the parks until then, so we went to one of the hotels and watched fireworks. But the best thing that I think happened to me was when we were at the Disney Traditions, which is the training process, and you kind of learn about the traditions of Disney and whatnot. And during our tour of the Magic Kingdom, they asked if any of us had had ever not been to the parks, and I think it was like me and someone else. And we were like, we've never been to the parks. So they let us stand in the front when we got ready to enter the park. And I felt like a kid at Christmas time getting the thing that they really, really wanted and they knew they were getting, but just couldn't get it until they unwrapped the package and the bows. And another one happened during Star Wars weekend. Actually, it's two things during Star Wars weekend. One of them being meeting Warwick Davis, who played Wicket the Ewok, because he's just so tiny and adorable, and he's so nice and so sweet. And we were only supposed to get one autograph, but he gave me two, and he actually signed my Harry Potter wand, Wingardium Leviosa, his name, and then Professor Flitwick underneath. And it's really cool, and I may be the only one in the world that has that. I don't know how many people he's met and has signed wands for after me, but when he met me, and he signed my wand, he's like, nobody's ever brought me a wand before. So that felt special. And then also, we went to the parks. I went to the parks with with the same friend later that night, when I think I bought my lightsaber umbrella, and I'm pretty sure they were just trying to get rid of the inventory. But I went to go buy a cupcake, and they're like, oh no, it's on the house. So it was like a little magical moment for me, even though I'm like, since I worked there, and I realized, oh, they're probably just getting rid of these for the day. Didn't matter. Free cupcake is a free cupcake in my book. And it was a delicious one. Okay, so the next question is, if you could choose any Disney character to be your best friend, who would you choose? Ooh, this is really hard. So I think instead of picking one, I'm going to do like a Disney squad. One would be Belle, obviously, because she's my favorite. And we could start a book club. Merida, because we can shoot archery together. Ariel, she can help me with my singing voice a little bit. I'm a decent singer, but I'm not like, like Hollywood spectacular famous, like some of these awesome, amazing people I see on YouTube. Rapunzel, because then we could do art together. And then, who else would I have? I think Moana, just because it should be fun and we could go boating and all that fun stuff. But it's really, really hard to pick. So that's my top 5. If I could change any scene in a Disney movie, what would it be and why? Ooh, this one's a hard one. I know in Traci's video she said the kiss the girl scene, which is a legitimate answer, because it's like, yeah, you want them to kiss, but then again, you don't want them to kiss, because then the movie would be over. And that's not much of a movie at that point. But if it were me, trying to think back to as many. That one's a really hard one to pick. But I think I would change. I think it would be the scene where Ariel signs the contract. Like, I would definitely have her. I would change it to where she questions everything. Like, where she questions the contract, kind of. But it's also really hard, because a lot of those movies are good for that reason. Like, if they weren't written this way, then the movie might not be as good. But, so it's really hard to pick that one. And the last one is, if you had to get stuck on any ride in any of the Disney parks for 30 minutes, what would it be? I haven't ridden a whole lot of the rides at Disney. I know that's weird, but I'm not really big into roller coasters, so a lot of the ones that go loop-de-loop I'm not into, but I have ridden like Tower of Terror, Expedition Everest, I've done like the Teacups, Splash Mountain, and a few others. But I think the one that I want to be stuck on maybe is the, if it kept going, would maybe be this one's also hard because there's a lot of rides. Depending on if the ride kept going and if it was really hot, I would say Splash Mountain, because then, you know, you get that nice cool splash at the end and you wouldn't get really hot. Or maybe like, I think Test Track would be a fun one to get stuck on, because then you just keep doing laps. Or maybe even Tower of Terror. I don't know if you'd get really nauseous after a while or not, but heck, I'd be willing to risk it. Or even Expedition Everest, because those are really fun rides. And I know Expedition Everest is one of those crazy rides that I never thought I would ride, but when I rode it, I ended up loving it. I know, it's weird. But that's it. Oh, and one more resolution that I forgot about, because it's sitting right here in front of me, and I don't know why I didn't realize it before. I'm going to try to learn how to play the ukulele. I'm still kind of getting into the whole aspect of things, so I'm hoping that I can learn, and I might post videos on my main channel once that happens, because I want to try, and that's also one of the resolutions that I'd come up with. Well, resolutions in a way, / goals, because I want to learn how to actually be able to read sheet music and learn an instrument, because I don't know how to play an instrument, and that would be fun. And maybe even learning to juggle, because I have decent hand-eye coordination, so I've always been curious about how to make juggling work in my life. So that's about it for me for rambling on. I will see you scouts in the next video. Peace out.